Hello, beautiful, wonderful internet people. My name's Kayla and I do art sometimes. Today I'm going to show you guys my sketchbook. I got this moleskin back in November 2019 and I just finished it. And I don't want to say finished because there are a couple pages that aren't full, but I'm done. I'm going to show you guys what all's inside this. But before I get into it, I wanted to talk a little bit about using sketchbooks and what my sketchbook means to me. I went to art school and a lot of my classes required that you fill a book as like a homework assignment. Like, it goes without saying that I've been using sketchbooks constantly throughout my undergrad education and throughout my life, because I've been drawing forever. I have so many sketchbooks. So I've kind of had a lot of time to play around in sketchbooks to sort of figure out what my what that space means to me, and for right now it is a space to play and a space to plan. I always get caught up with my sketchbook being like, I want it to be a place where everything's like pretty and there are nice spreads and the colors match, and that's one way to use a sketchbook, and there's nothing wrong with that at all. And that, like, anytime I see people do that, I'm just like really floored by it and super impressed, but it's just not how sketchbooks work for me. It's to show my process, not to show my finished piece. So I don't spend time like rendering things in my sketchbook, really. I just play in the space and play with new materials and test out paints and test out colors and sketch things for my finished pieces that will be done digitally. The very first step of making that finished illustration is getting the ideas from my brain to the page, and that's how I use the sketchbook. So I'm gonna walk you through this. I had a lot of fun working in it. I love this book. It's got all these fun stickers on it. I love the color because blue is like my brand. My brand is like this like cerulean, this deep cerulean blue. So I was really excited to find this. I think I got it at the Strand in Lower Manhattan, but I'm not too sure. I'm gonna jump into it and show you guys my 2019-2020 sketchbook. So yeah, I'll just go ahead and jump into it. So right here's just my contact information and testing. I tested out some gel pens here. I'm just kind of gonna flip through it. I don't know really what all to say about the drawings. A lot of this starts out very journally because when I got this sketchbook, I was kind of like going through it as you would. Everything that's kind of in the early pages of this book is very like feelsy and emotional. Cottage that I drew. I like finished my Inktober drawings and I wanted to put them in a zine, so I was kind of like mapping out the cover for the zine, and they're all about the same size as like the finished pieces. So that's what that's about. Yeah, I'm gonna keep going through it. These were some like concepts for my banners. Originally it was like for Etsy, but then I didn't end up opening an Etsy shop, so I was saving them for like YouTube things or Facebook things, stuff like that, but it didn't really, I never did anything with that, so it's kind of just sitting here. And that's kind of a theme throughout this book, is a lot of ideas that I've had that I just haven't like found the will to bring into the world, so maybe I'll get around to that sometime. These are some sketches about my favorite brunch place that I haven't been to in a really long time, especially now that it's like Corona time, so that. I tested out some Posca pens and I didn't really like how they tore up the paper, so I don't think I used them very much more in this sketchbook, but I'd like to play around with them a little bit more because I do like the way they look sometimes. And then this is a little drawing I did of Washington Square Park while I was there with my friends, and then that day we went to an art fair and I met Adam J. Kurtz, who was such an inspiration to me. I love his stuff so much. If you're not familiar with his work, you should definitely go check him out because he's amazing and I love his stuff. Adam, you rock. Thank you. This is my sketch for my icon, and I would like to redo my icon again just because I feel like my style's changed a little bit since I drew this. Not too much, but just a bit, and my hair doesn't look like that anymore. And then I was practicing drawing cats because I wanted to figure out how to stylize animals how to draw animals in my style, I guess. And Julia Liebard on Instagram has the most fantastic, whimsical drawings of animals that you've ever seen. She's amazing, so I just kind of followed along with some of her illustrations to sort of get like the hand feel of how she draws all those like flowy fur motions and stuff like that. And then these are some like sketches for spot illustrations that I did for my website. Yeah, I didn't fill these pages at all because I was just focused on like making a finished product, which happens a lot to me. So these are some sketches for digital stickers that I made. I'll probably do a little bit more of an in-depth video on this later, but I do create digital stickers. I work with a lovely company called Holly Pixels, and we make digital planning assets and digital sticker sets for your iPad and various note-taking software, but mainly GoodNotes 5. So in my sketchbook, here's where I sketched out my ideas for the stickers that I made for my new year. I didn't know that 2020 was going to be so much of a garbage heap of a year, but you know, the new year time makes you optimistic. So I sketched out these little like very bright, ambitious stickers here. This is actually an illustration of a cottage that I legitimately just finished today, and I sketched this in November. So if that gives you any indicator of like how long it takes me to work on complicated pieces, there you have it. It did sit in my files for a really long time. I just didn't finish it. And these are some like little tiny ideas that I probably drew this at work, like while it was slow. I doodled these little ideas and stuck it in here because I want to come back to them later. I did do the draw what I want and the not tomorrow or today illustrations, but I would like to get back into this. The intrusive thoughts one is not relevant anymore, so I don't know if I would make that, but I do like this like sparkly Saturn donut, so I might do that. I have no idea. This is a color test I did for a digital piece, and the original sketch is here in this book, or was here in this book, but I gave it to my mom as a Christmas present because the painting was her Christmas present, so I made sure to include the sketch for her in the package. But basically what I did was I took a picture of the sketch with my iPad, and then I used Procreate to test out the colors before I went ahead and did the finished piece in watercolor. So yeah, that's why I stuck that here, and it's nice to just have. This sheet was supposed to be a Harry Styles sheet, and this is when Fine Line came out, obviously. But I never finished it because I don't like the way I was stylizing Harry, and some of the illustrations don't make a lot of sense. So that's that. I did try the Saturn donuts, but like nothing really came of that. I might revisit it because I like the concept, but it needs to be like further developed. This is a page of illustrations, like spot illustrations that I made when I discovered Camille Chu on Instagram, who does a lot of very similar stuff, but I tried to translate it into my style and it didn't really work out all that well, so I didn't finish this. Animal Crossing sheet, I inked Isabel, and then I tried to color it, but I didn't like how it turned out, so didn't finish it. Half of this page is missing because it was a sketch for a commission for a family member, and again, I like to give my clients like sketches, physical sketches, if I have them, because I think it adds a little extra something to getting a digital piece. And I do like to do my sketches for most of my digital pieces, as you'll see here. They get done in this sketchbook or on other sketch paper before I put them into Procreate and color them. So that's why that's missing. Yeah, so I got to draw my cousin's dogs, and that was really cute. Okay, so yeah, so here's the I will draw what I want sticker that I made, and not tomorrow or today, which is like a little note sheet. And I ended up using this for a coloring book project that I worked on with Holly Pixels, which was very, very fun. You can check that out. And this is a Metro card design that I do want to finish, so I might flag this for later because I do want to come back to that and finish it. I live in New York, and we're going through a really rough time here with the coronavirus, and things are really scary, so I want to make this like a little motivational Metro card illustration to kind of get everybody in the better spirits, I guess, but you know, I don't really know about that. These are just some characters. At this point, I hadn't drawn a character. I don't know if you could tell. I hadn't drawn a character in a really long time. So I wanted to just brush up on that, and this is kind of the result. Not super pleased with how any of that turned out, so I gave up. Oh yeah, here's some more Posca stuff. Again, very inspired by, this one is inspired by Camille Chu and also just another Ada on Instagram and YouTube. Her color palette is fantastic, so I wanted to just try some of my like little doodles in her style, and none of this looks great, so well, I see this one's very smooth, but like the rest of them totally ripped up the paper, which frustrated me, so as always I gave up. Oh, these are some sketches I did about buying new jeans, because I bought new jeans right before lockdown and they were so stiff and uncomfortable, and my like regular reliable mom jeans are getting holes in like the thighs because I've had them for 3 years now, so I need, like, the inner thighs have holes in them. I had to replace them and I was very sad about that, so I made this, like, I started doing a little comic about them but lost the motivation, so I never finished. And this little sketch was for a logo design I did for a client. So these are some Mabim Bam stickers that I did, and then I also made a Monster Factory one that I would like to finish at some point. I don't know for what, but I want to make them because I love the McElroys and, like, yeah. And Mihu's, this is a sketch I did for my little homebody piece when we were in the thick of, like, lockdown. It was just like, you know, we need to stay here. There is no other option. I made this, and then my roommate did a collaboration with me, so she also made her own little homebody as well, which was cute. These are some more sketches for sticker sheets over here too, and then these were a like side project that I did with Holly. But this is a character, just kind of flowy, more sticker sketches. I really like how these turned out, and that sticker set's one of my favorites that I've ever done. So hopefully I can make more stuff like that soon. I watched Onward with my mom, and then I drew, I've already forgot his name, but the Tom Holland vampire. It was very cute. There's Daisy May, some turnips. This is a sketch I did for my friend Elle's commission. She's so sweet. She also runs her own online shop, which is very cool, and she's also very talented. So it was really nice to do something for her because I love her and I love her work, and she inspires me a lot. So this is the sketch I did for that. Okay. This page is really bad. I hadn't used my watercolors in a super long time and I wanted to practice with them, but the brush that I had was really like scraggly and not like working well. And also I was mixing my watercolors instead of using my palette, and I have really bad time mixing colors, so we might have to figure something else out for that. But I like this little guy, the wisp guy, who like freaks the fuck out when you say hello to him and he like loses 5 bits of his soul. I sketched this out while I was listening to the Besties podcast with Griffin McElroy. They were talking about how great Animal Crossing was during lockdown, and I wholeheartedly agree. It's a little treasure chest that I doodled. I also did an April drawing challenge, and not a lot of that is in here because most of it was done digitally just for the sake of time. I think it was 20. Yeah, I did 20 illustrations. I did one every single day, a finished colored piece, which was a lot, but this little treasure chest drawing came out super cute. These are just some concepts that I had for like a children's board book about color, and I do want to kind of work on that and maybe make it a reality, or at least mock up a few pages for my portfolio, because it was a really great idea, and I liked how these sketches came out. I think these little macaroni dudes are like adorable, so I'd want to draw some more of them. And then I used some Copics and some Posca pens to make this teacup thing. I really like how this turned out too, but I think it looks great the way it is, and so if I try to do anything else with it, I might like kind of screw it up, so I'm just gonna leave it here and let it live in my sketchbook. Yeah, and then I forgot that I had art on the back of this when I did work with the Copic marker. It bled through. This is a sketch for a finished illustration I did of a brownstone here in Brooklyn that I passed by on my like daily sanity walk. And I fell in love with this house, so I decided to draw it, and the finished illustration is up on my Instagram. And this is a drawing I started of my roommate. I was making her some art stuff for her birthday that never got finished, so I was just trying to sketch her out. So yeah, at this point also hadn't drawn a character in a very long time, or a person in a very long time, so it's kind of rusty, and I started to do like warm-ups with pen and ink only. And so here I am again trying to figure out how I'm drawing cats in my art style, because I truly just never know. And again, I think this is Julia Libard, and these are a couple things from Pinterest, and I don't remember exactly who did them, but I'm copying just to try to get the hand feel of it. This is a comic that I sketched out, a very like moody, journal-y comic about the brunch place because it was very special to me and a person who's no longer a part of my life, and working on it made me very emotional, so I kind of decided to just like give it a rest, come back to it when I feel ready to reflect on these things and revisit them, because it's honestly just a little bit too painful. So yeah, again, trying to draw a character, this is so bad. These are some more sticker concepts that I did. I wanted to just try drawing in straight ink, so I did that. And then I had an idea to make like little wishing stones out of polymer clay, and that never happened, so I was just like kind of farting around working on that. I drew this because I want to make an apple themed sticker sheet closer to the fall time. And then I was making a card for my roommate. That's why I started drawing her back then, because I wanted to like make a card for her. But then I decided to work on something else for her that was very highly creative, so I didn't end up doing that because it took a lot of effort and I just wasn't ready for it. So yeah, this is like the inside of the card. Oh my gosh. This is my watermelon sugar drawing. We all know the song's not about watermelon. Come on now. Come on now, guys. Yeah. This is a little drawing I did of my cat Rocket. And then this drawing over here is just like trying to draw characters again, trying to draw hands, trying to draw like environments. Yeah. This was like a little zine that I was thinking about doing about all of the outfits that I wear or wore during my work from home journey. But I'm back in my office now, so that only lasted like 3 days. Some more stickers for a sticker set that I was working on. Let's see, what else? These are some sketches for a painting that I was working on, but I haven't finished that yet, so I might come back to it sometime. I haven't decided if I like the colors or not, but it's very, very underbaked, so I'll need to just give it some room to grow. Then I got a kitten. His name's Cosmo, so I wanted to draw like a little companion piece to like my Rocket illustration, and I wanted to like emphasize the fact that he's younger. He's a baby, so I was trying to draw like this little baby cat, and I don't know if I like how the eyes turned out, but maybe if I finesse it, it'll look nicer. And then I was practicing some calligraphy stuff, but calligraphy is just not my jam. My little like just quick all caps handwriting, that's about as far as I can go, so that's that. And then I did this other drawing of Rocket and Cosmo. That's just gonna live here in my book. I drew this on Pride. Because I was like sad that Pride wasn't happening. I drew this with me wearing my mask, and this is supposed to be the Pride flag, but once again, no motivation to draw, so I didn't finish it. Yeah, just sketching. This is a sketch I did of my character Rune for a Galaxy Sona art challenge that someone on Twitter did. And then this is my sketch for an illustration I did of Howl and Sophie smooching from Howl's Moving Castle, because I think it's very unfair that we only got to see them kiss once and it was at the end of the movie. And Howl's Moving Castle is my favorite Ghibli movie. It's probably also my favorite animated movie of all time ever. And that is like, it just makes me so incredibly happy every time I watch it, so it's my favorite. And then this is just me practicing some Ghibli hands. And I think that's it. There's like 5 pages in the back here that aren't finished, but TBH, like I don't ever finish the back of sketchbooks. I don't know why. Oh, there's 3 pages. I don't know why. And then I think these are just notes. Oh yeah, these are some more sketches. I think these might be a little moody. That's why they're in the back here. I don't know. We'll explore. That was a concept sketch for that logo that I worked on, and then this one was kind of like a moody illustration about my aunt, who very unfortunately has lung cancer, and it's been a tough time dealing with that. So I've done a lot of vent art about that I haven't really shared just because it's hard to talk about. But sometimes, you know, it's good to make art about the things that evoke those kind of emotions in you. All these stickers are by other artists that I love and appreciate, except for I think this badge one. I think that was from Flying Tiger, but these 2 are by Franard. These 2 are by Nepeti, my dear friend Kaylin. Their art is amazing as well. You should totally check them out. These are by Shiny and Barton, this one as well. This one I think is a Kevin J. Stanton sticker, and this one was from Target. Okay, so that was everything that was in my sketchbook. I hope that you enjoyed watching. I hope it wasn't too noodly for you. I would love it if you leave me a comment and let me know what your favorite way to use a sketchbook is, because I think it's so interesting to see how other people like use that space. And everybody has a different approach to it, and I think it's super awesome. So that being said, I think you're wonderful for taking some time to hang out with me today. I hope that you have a wonderful rest of your day, and just remember to have fun in your sketchbook and make stuff that makes you happy. Alright, I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!